In the U.S. girls 10s and 12s, Parris Todd advanced to the top of the USTA girls 18s at age 13. She was the youngest player to win 3 women's open singles titles in Southern California. On her 14th birthday, Parris Todd was invited to be an alternate of the World Team Tennis Orange County Breakers. Todd, to date, has a 7-10 singles record on the ITF Women's Pro Circuit. Parris, you are pursuing a professional career on the WTA. You have a very refreshing tennis relationship with your parents. Neither one was a tennis player.
I don't think it really affects me, but the fact that they don't know much about, like, playing a match and being on the court, like, after I get off, you know how tennis parents can be completely insane, but just the fact that they don't really know how it feels. Like, my dad started playing, kind of, some of the, like, 5.0s and stuff like that, and after the match, he's like, wow, I know what you have to deal with now. Like, my mom doesn't understand that because she's never really played.
Parris, you've chosen a career that demands hard work and to make sacrifices.
Yeah, I mean, to be successful in anything, it's hard work, and you have to make sacrifices to be the best, you know? I mean, I'm 15 years old. Like, my friends I know are going to school and going to the beach with their friends every day and going to parties on the weekends and dances. And, yeah, when I'm home, I still get a little bit of that, so it's nice. But at the same time, like, when you're gone for a little bit on the road and you hear about it and you miss some of it, it kind of makes you, you know, question what you're doing. But at the end of the day, it's going to pay off.
What would you say is your driving force?
I think it just comes down to knowing that you're going to be able to accomplish things that people don't get the chance to accomplish. And it's very rare and special, and I'm very blessed that I get to have the opportunity to do it. So I'm not going to pass that up.
Wow, that's impressive.
Thank you.
Parris, part of your early training was to go to the IMG Nick Bollettieri Academy. What was that like for you?
Well, the whole reason we went down there was because we knew it was one of the best facilities to, like, figure out, like, what it's really like to, like, hardcore, like, work and do 2 practices a day, like 4 hours on the court. We wanted to see what that was like and all the different players and all the levels. Basically just getting your feet in the water to see what you're getting ready to put yourself in for, you know?
As a 13-year-old, you won 3 Women's Open Championships. How big of a deal was that?
Yeah, I won a few, actually. I think it's just good from playing that from juniors because all the people are so much more mature because it's more college players and, like, women. I think it's good to get a different vibe and, like, obviously different balls from them. Cool to see the atmosphere and how they played and just kind of go from there.
On your 14th birthday, you were invited by the World Team Tennis Orange County Breakers to be an alternate on the team. That had to be cool.
Yeah, I always saw it on TV, like it was the different colored court, so that's kind of what I knew about it. But I think it was just a really good opportunity to be in the professional atmosphere and be around all the players because, like, 14-year-olds don't get that, you know, and the fact that I had that opportunity, I couldn't pass it up. So I think it was just amazing to be able to see the levels and, like, what you have to do to keep up.
Parris, we all know that there is a world of difference between junior tennis and pro tennis. For you, what are the differences?
I think it's completely different because you have to be independent because I was traveling on the road by myself, and you have to be street smart and you have to know how to handle your money and be responsible with packing for yourself and being able to plan what you're going to do for the next day after your match, plan your warm-up, and you have to you have to figure out car rides, like shuttles, hotels. You can't let anything slip or take your eye off, like your bags can get away from you. You just have to be very responsible, and I think for 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds to be able to do that, I think is rare, and you have to grow up much faster to be able to handle it. I think it's the difference from this and juniors is just being able to just handle yourself in a different manner, and you have to be mentally tough because these girls, this is their job now. Like, they go out there to keep money in the bank and for food on the table and a roof over your head. I think it's completely different from when juniors you were just out there playing because your parents either made you or it was just like a weekend thing, you know, and you go to school and it was like a hobby, but this is like your lifestyle. And I think it's so different, and you just have to maximize every opportunity you have every time you go out on the court.
Other than tennis, Parris, what are you learning from being out on that pro tour?
It's definitely hard. Everyone has their days. I think if you ask any professional athlete, they obviously have, had regrets and everything, but I just want to kind of take it by the reins and do what I can and not have any regrets at the end of the day. Because I hear so many people telling me that, oh, I wish I would have done this and that, and I think it's important to live every day, live it up,
All right, let's talk payday. What was it like when you won that first check?
I think my first check was I won the Women's Open, and I think it was like $200 and something, and I was so excited. My mom took me out the night to go shopping with it. So, but let's add a few zeros to that, hopefully.
Parris, player that you admire most on the pro tour?
I really looked up to Sharapova just because she's a rock mentally, and it was just so impressive to see pretty much her she's a rock, mentally she's very solid. I think she's pretty cool. She makes $30 million off course. She can't be that bad.
Your agent and coach is Sandy Mittleman. Talk about that relationship.
It was amazing how our work ethics just go perfectly together and how everything just meshes so well. It just fits. It just works. We do all the drills and all the right things to accomplish what I want to accomplish. So it works great.
Sandy, you're both agent and coach of Parris. What are you most proud to pass on to her?
I do my best all day, every day to make sure that the focus is on the court, but the direction is both the development of the game and the business of Parris. There's a lot of conversation, a lot of dialogue, but everything is focused around growth and development, whether it's on the court or off court.
Sandy, what excites you the most about representing and coaching Parris?
Well, I think the thing that excites me the most, honestly, having the privilege to work with her and know her, is that I think that she's a super creative person. I think she has a phenomenal personality. I just kind of feel like with her, the sky's the limit for so many things that we can do. And I think that we share the same vision completely. It's an amazing journey that we get to live every day.
Parris and Sandy, great spending some time with you. Best of luck with the venture. Look forward to following your career, Parris.
Thank you.
Take care. Thanks.
Thank you so much for your time.